Hamid here from TV show How. Today I have renowned author with me, Oli Hillie from New Zealand. Oli, you want to go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us your X, Y, and Z, please?
Yeah, thanks, Hamid. Great to be here. Thanks for inviting me. So, my XYZ, what I want to do and what I'm motivated about and what my book was all about and what took me so long to research and write was wanting to motivate people to live the life of their dreams. You know, I guess I got frustrated with seeing people who had dreams and aspirations and desires for their life, and then they got caught stuck in a rut. They got caught doing things that they didn't want to be doing, and you know, I'm speaking from experience because the exact same thing happened to me. I'm a very creative guy. You can probably see my guitars in the background.
I do.
And you know, was a writer. Started writing when I was at elementary school, and but yet I got caught up in the corporate world, and I ended up working too many hours and getting too stressed, and it just, you know, life was not working out the way I wanted it to. I was quote unquote trying to get ahead, and you know, financially perhaps I was getting ahead, but in terms of everything else in my life, the stress levels and not having time to do all the things I really wanted to do. Those things weren't working for me at all. So my motivation, my XYZ really is motivating other people to do exactly what I did, is have a total lifestyle shift and go, well, what is it that I love doing in life? What is it that gets me out of bed in the morning at 5 o'clock going, I just want to get to my office, or I just want to get to my job, and I just want to start doing things because I'm just so excited about it. You know, so many people, if you give them a blank piece of paper and say, you know, what would you like your life to look like? So many people are not living anywhere near that place. And so my XYZ is motivating people and encouraging people to get to that place where they're really living the life of their dreams.
I love it. I'm going to ask you in this next answer to please tell me the name of the book so we have it. Then as a matter of fact, just tell me the name of the book right now.
Creating the Perfect Lifestyle.
And it is a #1 Amazon book right now, right?
Yeah, it's been an Amazon #1 best-selling book in 3 separate self-help categories on Amazon. Yeah,
I love it. And you basically explained a little bit about the struggle of being in corporate life, and you didn't like it. But there's always this one moment where it's just like, I've had enough. I have to do something. Can you tell us about that moment where the struggle just got to be too much?
Yeah, well, there's probably 2 moments. One particular moment was, you know, I got a handwritten letter because, of course, there was no email back then. This is in the mid-90s. I got a handwritten letter from my mum, who lived in a different city to me. And, you know, I love my mum, of course. And I'm interested in what's going on in her life and my dad and whatever. But I was so stressed and I was so pushed for time that I didn't even have the time or the headspace to read this letter that she'd written me. I mean, how crazy is that? That I got myself into a state of such frazzled stress that I couldn't even find the headspace or the time to sit down for 5 minutes and read a handwritten letter from my mother. I mean, it's just madness.
Wow.
And so that was the first one. And then another one was I was lying in bed one night and I hadn't done any exercise during the day. But yet at bedtime, maybe like it was 11 o'clock at night, I was lying there and my heart was racing, you know, and like I said, I hadn't run anywhere, I hadn't done anything. My heart was just racing for the sheer amount of stress I was under. And I lay in bed and I thought to myself, I might actually die in my sleep, I'm so stressed. I mean, how ridiculous is that, to get myself worked up into that sort of state?
Wow.
And so those were 2 moments that led me, I think, some months later, I woke up one morning and it was literally like a revelation. And the revelation was, life is not about working your butt off for somebody else and, you know, doing the things you don't really want to be doing. Life is about lifestyle. Life is about creating the life of your dreams. And so I think those 2 moments, and, you know, thinking about, hold on, my life is so out of balance right now that I think that led to me waking up having that revelation, and that is what started me on this journey of changing my life around. And when I successfully did that, of course, some years later, then that enabled me to look back with some perspective, and then enabled me to write the book. Basically, it took me, as I said, 7 years to research and write, and followed on from the degree. I did a degree in psychology as well, where even back then, that was back in the 80s actually, I did my degree in psychology when I was interested in...
You're about my age? When were you born?
1965.
No, well, you're about 5 years younger than me. I'm 52. But when you say
So,
you got it in the 80s, it would put you way back there with me.
yeah. I did. I think I was at university when I was 17, so I started pretty young.
I gotta
Um,
commend you. You look like you're in your high 30s. You take good care of yourself.
I like you, Amit.
I'm not being flattering. I really thought you were in your 30s.
Must be all this healthy living. There you go. Maybe I'm a self advertisement for
For
living
what
the
you
life of your dreams.
Yes, yes. You know what? I'm going to second what you're saying. I've been lucky. When I came to the U.S. in '77, I started working in a factory. And I told my dad straight out, I said, Dad, we were farmers. I had a better life than this factory job that I come to every day. If this keeps up, I'm going back home to farming. And I quit and gave up my job,
Mm.
which he yelled at me at the time. And I've been self-employed since then. Never really worked for anybody. And I've got to tell you, the freedom of working for yourself, the accountability to yourself, the entrepreneur, I'm an entrepreneur evangelist, and obviously you're an
Mhm.
entrepreneur. I'm very proud of you. I'm also want to thank you. I want to take this stage to thank you for something you did for everyone around you. I'm in a sphere of authors with Oli, and Oli, after reaching #1 on Amazon, turned right around, created a group, and says, okay, all of you who want to learn what I did, you're welcome to come and learn. So I'm very proud of you, Oli, and I wanted to thank you publicly for that. Thank you.
Hey, thanks, Amit. It's something I love doing. It's a passion of mine to I guess to make the world a better place. And I honestly get a kick out of other people being successful. So if I can help other people to be successful, I get a buzz out of it. So it's a win-win situation for me.
Thank you. Now I want to ask you, when somebody wants to try to make this step out of this well, I call it corporate prison for lack of a better word, and the
That's a good
golden
word.
handcuff, but it really is a prison because you're not really saying what you want to say because you're always watching everything you're doing. So if you want to make a step out of the corporate prison, there's going to be a few nervous, not few, a lot of nervous moments. But what's the biggest objection that kept holding you back from throwing away the handcuff?
Well, I think, I guess to a certain extent, I'm blessed with a personality that accepts risk. I know that some people find it difficult, but even I, with some, being somebody who's quite happy to take a risk and go out on a limb, even for me, it was a little bit difficult because, I was earning so much money. And, I was quote unquote getting ahead, and my bank balance was increasing, and my rental portfolio was going up. And so, you go from that to complete uncertainty in terms of whether you're going to make any money or not. And, that is probably the biggest objection. And it's a realistic one as well. You've got bills to pay, you've got a mortgage to pay, and you go from a six-figure income to nothing overnight. Well, I mean, there's ways to transition that. And one of the things I did actually when I started as an entrepreneur, as I was working as a chartered accountant, which CPA for one of the big four firms, and so I negotiated to start doing 2 days a week with them and spend 3 days a week, starting up my first business. So there are ways to transition, but that's probably the biggest obstacle. And also, a lot of people like the certainty of going to work in the same place every day, having somebody else tell you what to do or lay out what your job is. So there's uncertainty in being an entrepreneur, but that's part of the massive excitement. You've got an open slate, you've got a blank piece of paper, you can change the world, you can, it's exciting,
Yeah.
as you know.
Yep, I am, and I'm, like I said, I'm an entrepreneur evangelist. So good on you, mate,
Yeah.
as my Aussie friends would say. I wanted you to see. Do you have a book handy? I didn't ask you to prep it, but I'm sure there's one near you somewhere. I want to show the cover of the book. Do you have a picture of it?
Well, funnily enough, I do.
That's wonderful.
Here we are.
There you go. And this is gorgeous, by the way. I love the cover. Great job. Thank you. It's
Thank you.
creating the perfect lifestyle by Oli Hille. Oli, reasons why people should jump in and well, first of all, I really want people to get your book. What people at TV Show How know is that I'm interviewing the author, and the author basically has something that he will convey to them. He will give them some free training, which I'm hoping you can create some free training for my audience. But most importantly, there's always a super value, and we're going to talk about that at the end. The book is on Amazon for $8.95, which is a good value in itself. But there's a really, really special something for our audience I talked to you about earlier. I don't want you to give away the secret. But reasons why people should consider making the transition you made.
Well, here's the thing. As I mentioned before, if you sit down with somebody and say, here's a blank piece of paper and it's your life, what exactly do you want your life to look like? And so few people actually do that exercise, and so many people get caught up in, you could call it a rut, but, right from when we started out in life, we were never socialized by our parents, or almost never. There might be a few exceptions, but I don't know anybody who was socialized by their parents or by the education system or by their university to go after the life of your dreams. We were told to get a job, to go out and find a job and join the corporate ladder and learn how to get ahead. And, I never talked to a careers advice person, and this is one of the statements I make in my book, and apologies in advance to anybody who's a careers advisor, but I think all careers advisors should cease to exist.
I agree.
And people should be given a piece of paper which just says something like, follow your dreams, ignore the money, go after what you're passionate about, and just live the way you want to live. If you set out to do that when you left school or left university and thought, I don't care about the money as long as I've got enough, I can do something, and just follow after what I'm absolutely passionate about and love doing, then you're going to find so much joy and satisfaction in doing that. And in actual fact, it's almost certain to lead you to a greater level of wealth as a byproduct, because you're doing something you love, you're excited about it, you're energized about it, that energy is infectious, and everybody starts thinking, well, I want to get involved in what this person's involved with, whatever it is, because, it's like when you're at university, or it didn't matter what subject you went and listened to. If the lecturer was passionate about what they were speaking about, it was infectious and you loved it. But if you went to something you thought you'd enjoy and the lecturer was deadpan and monotone, didn't matter how much you thought you'd love the subject. If the person talking to you about it has no energy and enthusiasm, you just can't get excited about it.
Yeah. Now, I just alluded to it a minute ago that you're going to give our audience at TV Show How a special link to a version, a distilled version of the book that is, for those of us that don't read very quickly, for a very special pricing. What is the irresistible offer?
Okay, so my book, Creating the Perfect Lifestyle, is 266 pages, and it's $8.97 on Amazon. But I have created a distilled version, and it's just 99 cents, and it's called Self-Help Book, simply called Self-Help Book, How to Live the Life of Your Dreams, How to Create the Life of Your Dreams. And it's up on Amazon, and like I said, it's only 99 cents, and there are 84 separate life tips in that short 53-page book. So, it's a no-brainer. Grab it for 99 cents, and I'm sure you'll get a ton out of it. And the reason I'm sure you get a ton out of it is because I've had so much feedback from people who have read it, and they just get so much out of it that I'm absolutely confident that anybody who reads it will get the same.
Now, that you just told me that a bunch of people have touched back with you and they're very happy with what you're doing. Can you point to one single individual that walked up to you and said, Oli, the content in here did this for me, or it's life changing or something? Has anybody contacted you with that?
Oh yeah, I mean honestly, I have a website, a very big website, lifestylebook.com.
I've
That's
been
one
there.
word, lifestylebook.com.
Yeah,
And there are over, I think it's 120 web pages, and
yeah,
there's like 70 videos,
yeah, yeah,
and one of the things that I do on that site is I invite people to sign up to my lifestyle tip service, and so people who go on there and sign up, they get a lifestyle tip
yeah,
every 3 days, and there's 42 of them.
yeah.
And so obviously they go out by email, and people reply to me regularly. And I've put it up on my blog. Actually, there is a blog post about it. Just how often I get these incredible emails from people saying that they've started to utilize the tips, and how much of a change and an impact it's had in their lives. It's really, honestly, it's humbling to get these sort of sometimes 2- and 3-page emails just
Wow.
telling me how people have changed their life around
That's
simply
incredible.
because they've been getting these emails and the free tips and applying them to their life. Really, I mean, it's basic stuff,
Yeah,
but so many people, like I say, we're never taught this stuff. I
yeah,
mean, it's kind of things that when you read, you go, oh, of course, I should be doing that, but we were never taught it,
yeah,
never encouraged to do it,
yeah.
and so I've had people who have had quite significant life changes just from getting my free tips, and the tips in that 99-cent book, they're all of those tips are distilled in there for the reader.
Now I'm gonna get off. I follow a script which I try to cover all the points, and I've sort of covered all of them. And normally here I ask everybody to please click on the link below to take you to Oli's 99 cents. I call it a gift. And folks, it can't be nothing less than a gift if he's putting it up for 99 cents. Would you please give him back just something really simple? When you read it, if you first of all, read it after you download it. But more importantly, please leave him a review. We live for those reviews. And not only that, they help him. So when he has a platform, or help him create a platform, so when he has another product, he could launch it very easily on Amazon. So if you take advantage of the 99, you're in a TV show, how a viewer, these things are a gift. Please reciprocate by leaving a review. I mean, I would consider it a personal favor to me and to Oli. I'm going to get off subject for a minute. Would you mind grabbing one of those 2 guitars? I'd like you to do the closing music personally if you can, because I'm going to do an opening and closing, but I'll use it in the closing regularly, and I'll cut the audio and put it in the opening. Would you mind?
That's fine. Those are both electric guitars. I may have to go and get my acoustic guitar from the other room.
I
Would you
don't mind.
rather?
I'll keep talking the whole time, or I can edit this portion out. Go
Okay.
ahead. All I
Okay.
need is about 10 seconds. So this is
All right.
impromptu, ladies and gentlemen. We got Oli to give us a little bit of a impromptu presentation or impromptu performance. I'm tickled that he's doing that for us. The other thing I'm going to ask him in a minute, he is in a group of authors. I want him to give us a few encouragement words to the other authors in the sphere. And I hope the other room is not too far because I want him to come back. Oli, how close are you? Through the magic of editing, this is just going to appear right after you left. So
Yeah, really.
okay. So give us a little riff. The other thing, before or during or after, I would like you to give one parting sentence, not to the people getting the 99 cents, but your fellow authors. They're all struggling to get their material out to the public. Give them a parting word that, hey, this is Oli. I'm encouraging you to keep at it. This is fun. We leave.
Yeah, thanks. I mean, so let me just say a couple of words to the authors out there who are watching this. It's wonderful to be with you in this group and in this forum. I love hanging out with other authors. You know, we all work hard, and you know what we most love as authors is to get our work in front of as many people as possible. And sometimes the price is even a bit irrelevant. We just really love writing. We want as many people to read it as possible. So yeah, just want to say love hanging with you, and love working with you, and let's all work together as authors to promote each other, and to get our stuff out there, and hey, make the world a better place.
Well, Oli, I concur, and I can't wait for you to play a little bit of music for us.
Okay, so this is I'm not going to sing, but this is a song that I wrote years ago called Faraway Island. You can edit that how you want.
One-man audience is clapping. I tell you, that was beautiful. Oli Hillie, How to Create the Perfect Lifestyle, Amazon bestseller in 3 categories. And a friend of mine, I call him Growth Friend, hope to meet you in person one day and you become my friend. Christchurch, New Zealand. Thank you, Oli.
Thanks, Amit. Great to be here. Thanks.
Welcome.